Hey guys, I am back here with the folks from SentinelOne. SentinelOne actually happened to be the booth that was on the other side of the Envision SonicWall booth today. And interestingly enough, that was not an accident. We deliberately wanted to be next to SentinelOne, and the reason for that is they just announced a partnership with SonicWall that we're very excited about. So I'm here with Grant. Grant, tell us what SentinelOne does.
Well, thanks for asking. We are a company that has developed an endpoint product for protecting the endpoint, and then we've combined that with enterprise detect and respond, also known as EDR, and it's all in one agent. So a single agent that is protecting as well as giving a lot of visibility.
And so I've seen a number of products, of course, in the last 2 days here at Secureworld. Your product is machine learning based, right?
We have a static AI engine.
Okay.
We also have a behavioral AI engine. So there are multiple parts to the product that provide different layers of protection depending on the type of attack. So for example, if it's just a piece of malware, we can do things like do static analysis on it, which takes the place of having to have signatures. We don't use any signatures.
Yep.
Or for fileless attacks, like the misuse of PowerShell or the misuse of macros and Word documents, we have behavioral AI that's essentially tracking all the processes in the box, in the computer, and then essentially making decisions interactively in real time and stopping bad stuff.
Nice. Yeah, so if you guys haven't been somewhere like Secureworld, you may not know this, but the trend in endpoint right now is to get away from definitions. We're kind of at the point where being at the airport and having a photo of some guy and trying to pick him out of the audience isn't maybe the best way to identify a threat. The best way to identify a threat is through intelligence, machine learning, pattern recognition, AI, and these guys are doing that. But one of the things that is challenging about products like that, at least in my experience talking to folks, is that if we lose the cloud or we lose the controller, we lose that intelligence. How does your product address that?
Yeah, so it's a great question. So our agent, which runs on every version of Windows from XP forward, as well as Mac and 7 flavors of Linux, is completely autonomous. So all the logic is built onto the agent, that single agent, to make decisions on its own, whether it's connected to the cloud or not. And it can be managed in a cloud instance, or we also have an on-prem virtual appliance if you have compliance requirements or different security needs that preclude you from being able to use the cloud.
Fantastic. So just making sure I understand what you said here, if I have this thing and it's sitting on a laptop and somebody tries to get around my security by unplugging, disconnecting from wireless so that they can set up some kind of attack, you're going to see that anyway because we gave the agent marching orders and it's out in the world now and it's going to do what we've told it to do until we tell it to do something else.
Essentially, yes, that's correct. And we don't need to send data up to a console. We don't need to send it to a cloud in order for some sort of decision to be made and to have some sort of response. It all happens right there on the endpoint.
Fantastic. And so, we're at a security conference. I've been asking everybody this question. Get ready, I'm going to blindside you. You ready for this?
All right.
I've been asking people at the conference, if you had to think about what the #1 threat is facing your organization, and it can be anything in the cybersecurity space, what do you think that threat is for you?
Yeah, so I really think that the biggest threat is having time to pay attention to what needs to be paid attention to and not having enough people in order to drive complicated products, which is why what we've done is we've built simplicity and automation into our product. It's very easy to use. It doesn't require a massive skill set in order to drive it. And on the automation side of it, which again is another time saving, what we're finding is our customers want to integrate different products from their security stack into a new security stack, and we have 200 plus APIs, RESTful APIs, and there are many products out there, big ones that we integrate with, Splunk, Demisto, Phantom, the list goes on, different firewalls, with SonicWall, and we are able to do that integration, and that saves time. And yes, there are the actual threats, there are the attacks, they're evolving. It's really easy to play offense, it's hard to play defense, but what we're doing is we're helping our customers be more efficient at taking care of the problem in their environment through this automation and simplicity.
That is a fantastic answer. I've asked that question of a lot of people, and one of the things I've actually really liked about this conference so far is that everyone I've said, what's your biggest, what are you most worried about? Nobody has said, oh, I'm worried about this zero-day attack. Nobody has done that yet. Everybody has taken kind of a big view of cybersecurity. You're the first person to say, hey, there's too much to do, and not enough resources is part of the problem, so simplicity is urgent.
Cool,
That's very cool. So if people want to learn more about your product, what website should they go to?
You go to SentinelOne.com, and I think it's on the screen there. We would be happy to help you out and give you all the information you need.
Grant, thank you so much for taking the time. This was really informative.
Thank you, appreciate it.